This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with Joel Bartell. We're here at the Tibbs Gym. How are you feeling, mate? How has everything been for you?
I'm feeling really good. I'm just doing some sparring today, getting ready for my fight coming up. But yeah, I'm feeling really good for all.
So, you've got a fight coming up 20th of May. How are you feeling going into that one, would you say? You're very, very early on in your pro career. How are you feeling going into your sort of second fight after, the pro debut's out of the way now, now you can, let loose?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good, really relaxed. I really enjoyed my debut. I had a lot of people there and I felt comfortable with it. So I'm just looking forward to going out and doing the same thing again.
So, what would you say, so far early in your pro career, with the things that you've learned, would you say? Is there much you've learned, or you're still learning into that? It's only your second fight, but what would you say you've learned so much about after that debut and all the nerves that came with it?
Just sort of about how it's more of a business than a sport in it, and then building on. I'm learning everything with Mark every day, so just really changing my style, boxing more, but still banging at the same time.
Absolutely, no. Because the one thing about the pro game is, like, not only do you have to adapt to all the different rounds, different gloves and everything that you have to adapt to, it's also the stuff outside as well. We were just talking off camera about all the opponents and this and that. Has it been a big learning curve for you, would you say?
Yeah, it's been a completely different learning curve for me. Normally used to the amateurs just going out there and boxing, but now it's a complete business side, selling tickets, delivering tickets, getting there. There's loads of business to deal with, which I never thought I'd have to deal with when I was boxing in the amateurs.
Absolutely, is it good to sort of be at a gym like this where you're rubbing shoulders with great pros day in day out? Guys like Johnny, he knows how to sell a ticket, that's for sure. John, Ebony, everyone like that that's sort of been there in the pros. Not only can they teach you a lot, potentially about in the ring, but all the business that comes with it outside as well.
Yeah, no, it's really good because it helps. Obviously, I'm just starting out, but it helps me push on. They're great ticket sellers and they've already been on the big stage, so it helps me build up to get in there and have that experience with all of them boys there.
What would you say about working with Mark now, being with him, and do you feel like how much has he been with you? How much have you sort of learned off him?
So I've only been with Mark a short amount of time, probably 5 months, 6 months, but I'm getting a ton better already. Everything's speeding up, everything's boxing a little bit nicer because I used to come forward too much, but now I'm boxing around, moving around, and still coming forward. So he's making me a much more all-round fighter.
So, what gave you the inkling that you wanted to be with Mark? How did this sort of come about, and what made you sort of choose this gym?
The first pro I ever sparred when I was 16 was John Arden Jr. And at the time he was with Mark, so I met Mark back then when he was training Dillian, and I've kept in contact a little bit ever since. And I've always liked how he trains people, sort of old school, but also with a new twist to it. So when I decided I wanted to turn over, he was one of the first people on my list, and just went from there.
I was looking through your amateur box rec and I saw you had a couple of fights against John Edges. Is that quite weird to sort of be in the same gym as him now after sort of boxing him in the amateurs?
Well, I actually had a fight against John Edges and I had a fight against Tommy Fletcher. So no, it's not weird. At first I thought maybe it's going to be weird, but now we all get along well. We all train together, spar together, so it's brilliant.
When you look back on your pro debut, how would you sort of reflect on that? You stopped a journeyman, which we know that a lot of them are notoriously extremely hard to stop, which is a credit to you. How would you sort of look back on it, the whole experience that came with it?
It was a brilliant experience for me. I sold a lot of tickets, so they made me just before the main one. So I had a long day to build up to it, and the crowd was great, but I really enjoyed just coming out to a lot of noise, and I thought I put on a really good performance and good jabs, good movement, and stopped him, but I could tighten up a little bit, and I think I could have got him out there earlier. So for this next one, tighten everything up a little bit, shorten the hooks, shorten the uppercuts, and get him out there earlier.
Just as we sort of finish off for people watching, how would you sort of describe yourself and your style to people that are, when you're coming up and through and going to watch you?
Well, I've always liked Hagler, so always base myself on Hagler. So I like to switch hit, come forward, counter puncher, got a lot of power. You know, take bits from Canelo, take bits from all the best fighters, but come forward, counter puncher that's got power.
Absolutely, well, if you don't know already, if you're going to be anything like Hagler, it'll be a very, very good career for you, mate. Joel, thank you for your time, mate. Massively appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.